So where we left off is some of you in the party traveled to Fandolin. Zenora had her own reasons, and Ima also had his own reasons. Some of the party was left behind in Leilon to take care of things. Ima decided it would be a good idea to take Marigold and Gary with him on the trip, and you all have traveled to Fandolin, and we had left you off at the Stonehill Inn, where Toblin was taking care of all your needs. And you definitely know your way around. You've stayed the night. You've gotten up, we will say, about 9 in the morning. I imagine a ranger cleric would get up in the morning, and Marigold, also being cleric, would be up doing her rituals for the day. Gary's probably sleeping in. So I asked if you take a horse and load up a horse with you to go and make the journey easier on this paper you've been given coordinates to.
Yes, last time I took a horse, so I shall take my horse.
She'll take your horse? All right. And you pack anything extra for the journey, or just what you've got on you?
Just what I've got on me.
All right. So we'll say it takes about 2 hours to get to where you need to go by horse. It takes a lot less time on a horse than it usually would. I've got a surprise for you. I want you to roll a survival check to see if you get lost and make that longer. You know what? Your rolls are a lot better.
Better than last time.
I saw that 3 before it turned. I'm like, oh, shit. 23. You definitely are used to Fandolin more than Leilon, so you make good time. 2 hours. No stops in between. The sun is shining down. You're coming towards a forest edge line. You know you have to go in. Do you leave your horse at the edge line, or you take him all the way in with you?
I'd just mount him and walk him in.
All right. So we're going to switch you to a map I made. Ooh. Make it daytime. From what you see on this, you see some ruins ahead with a very tall stone archway. Your perception is not going to be enough, so roll a perception to see if you smell, see, or hear anything. Ooh, what's one more than your perception? You see what your token sees. Looking in. To your right, you see an old rundown shack, a home almost. It's a home, or it's a service building. Trees, lovely wildflowers blooming, birds are singing, and you see columns of stone rising up out of these ruins, and what looks like 2 sarcophagi of something that has been buried in here. Like a mausoleum almost.
Alright. I'd go into the mausoleum, I guess.
Okay. Do I have you paused? I don't have you paused. So you can go in as you wish. What exactly are you looking for in this room?
I don't know. No, just sort of see who's in here, I guess. I don't know, would I look for that, though? Because I'm looking for
Well, you're looking for your brother.
So I'd look for, see if there's anyone in there, like,
Yeah,
alive.
live, living, moving around investigation. As your perception, you don't see anyone. Your investigation's less. We're doing it again. Okay. So, with a 12, you don't see anyone. You see spider webs on the walls. It looks like this place hasn't been used or kept up with. These lids seem to be moved, as if someone was either raiding through here or looking for something. Otherwise, they would have been nice and neat and left alone. You'd have to get closer to see anything more.
Well, I'm looking for someone who I think is alive, so if I can't see anyone alive in here, I just sort of leave and go towards the other building.
Right.
I was told by the person in the inn that there was a paladin and a shifty-looking person seen at this
way.
location.
This way.
Matching my brother's description.
Nice. All right. Coming back out with your perception that you rolled, you smell the smoke of a campfire or a fire nearby, and you start to hear that little snaps of wood crackling, and it's up to your northeast.
I'll head towards that.
All right. Through the cracks of the windows, you see movement of people inside. From your vantage from here, they don't see you. They're rifling through things, looking around with their daggers in their hands. But so far you see 3.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that is a door. If I can click on it.
That is a window. The door, it looks like, would be up here.
That one. Okay, well, can I see that there's a door up there?
I don't think you can see so far yet. No.
I'll go to the window then.
All right. I'm going to make one of these guys make a perception. Anya. To see if they hear you. No. Their backs to you. They have laid out some books. They have laid out 3 books. And they look very old and worn. They're trying to adjust the pages. And then he moves to a box and keeps looking further. There's 2 of them in this room that you can see.
So, do they look like the rifling through the stuff, do they? Or they look like that?
They look like they're taking their time. They feel pretty confident. It's just them there. So, you know, that casual, like, looking around, taking your time, not in a rush to get back to work kind of thing. And you see the glint of lightning bolt pins on their cloaks.
Would I recognize the robes?
You would. You would recognize the pins, definitely, as the Cult of Talos.
Alrighty. From where I am, can I see the door?
You see a door over in this direction, leading further up. So if you look this way, you definitely see the front door right there. And it looks open. But you can also see through the crack there is a cultist. So I will also get to roll perception. He's a little bit better. He thinks he hears something. And he looks over into the other rooms, knowing he has his coworkers there. And he keeps looking.
Well, I'm going to head to the door and do what I did last time. No.
He quickly turns with a dagger in his hand. And Says, what are you doing here? Who are you?
My name's Ima, and I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for my brother. He usually wears what you're wearing, so...
Are you a member?
Hmm?
Are you a member of our group?
I am indeed.
You have proof.
He holds up his shield and says, ignore the other bits, and just sort of points the lines of the three lightning.
Usually on our weapons, we only have Talos.
Yes, that's true. This is because I'm trying to hide amongst the other people.
You're a double agent of sorts.
What was that?
I said you're a double agent of sorts, undercover.
Yes. I'm hunting for my brother. Oh, sorry. I'm looking for my brother, who was last seen with a paladin, who I'm hunting.
Did Fairlie send you? And you can roll insight to see if you remember
Thank you.
that name. I almost had to roll insight to see if I remember the name. Oof.
Oof. Oof, indeed.
Nope. I mean, it's like, oh, you know, when you, it's on the tip of my, you can't, no, it's gone.
I was sent by the leaders, whether or not she was the leader at the time. I've been on a long mission.
Well, she's recently come back to the fold after our healers helped her recover. So any mission you have is probably from before. We're on a quest to find Damien.
He is the one I'm searching for as well. What happened to Fairlie?
She was left for dead on open waters.
That is concerning.
It's all right.
Do we know who did it to her?
Could have been Merkel's. Could have been another party. She mentioned some cat-like creatures involved. A ranger. Some kind of bug, snake, lizardy thing. I don't know. Some pretty tall tales are getting told.
That's concerning. How did you end up here? I mean, obviously you're searching for Damien, as am I, and we've both been led to the same spot.
Roll either persuasion or deception. I feel like we've did this before too, as well. Oh, well, okay.
I kind of think I'd say persuasion because
Yeah, you're doing both.
I've got better stats in deception. But in general...
In persuasion or deception, yeah.
Persuasion's probably more accurate because I was told of this place, so...
Do you get the same for both? I think you... No,
No,
you do have better deception,
well,
but...
No, I suppose I'm still trying to be deceiving as well, but...
Well, you are deceiving them. You are lying to them.
Sweet, I'll go with that then.
Oh, whoo! I just find it odd that Fairlie would give you very old orders, and yet you'd still be here. You know, I'm not paid enough to think about this. Just get in here. We've already found stuff from the graves and taken them out. And we're looking in here. Apparently the person that buried them lived here for a while.
Ima smiles and says, we're never paid enough. And he enters the... Not that way, is it?
All right. Now I know this is hard to navigate, but you got the little door symbols, so...
I had to zoom in to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Because it's all the way up.
All right. So you've gotten a lot of information out of them. This place just smells musty. It's worn down even more than you think the time is needed to pass since you last saw the wizard who transformed you and everything. And your head is starting to hurt. Now, Ima, I have given this a lot of thought. And I have these 2 decks, which, if you want to use, can either be for your benefit or bad luck. It's called Fates and Fortunes. So every time you want to pray to Mystra, we can do it once per game if you want. You can flip a coin, or you can hit roll D2. And you can get a special benefit to use anytime you want. Or bad luck that I get to use anytime. If you want. But your head starts to hurt like it did when you were getting those flashes of the lightning bolts hitting you from Talos and your memories were coming back. It's starting to feel that static pressure. It's up to you what you want to do with it.
Well, I don't think I'd want to pray to Mystra directly in front of that cultist, so...
I mean, yeah, but you can always, think it, as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I might as well just break the cards.
Yeah.
Break them in.
If it doesn't work, we can edit that shit out.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Ima thinks it's mine. Mystra, give me your guidance. What should I do?
Okay. So we'll say evens is good and odds is bad.
Okay then.
But there you go. Oh, good.
Oh, that was a forward slash rather than a backslash.
This is a card, but you can write this down. So anytime you want, you can add a d6 to your saving throw. So you pray to Mystra, and she sees that you are in a bind. You are outnumbered. You're outmatched. She knows these people could easily trap you. And you feel like you see netting ripping, like you're free. And you feel better that if you're in this situation, Mistra's going to help you see a way out. You feel calm. And you hear shuffling in the other rooms and talking. And that's about it. That's all we can find in here. You guys got anything? And you hear about 3 more people in there. Are you supposed to report back to Fairlie with us? Or are we going to be taking these things and seeing you on your way? The one at the door.
I have another task before I return that I must complete. And if I'm assuming you haven't found them here, I must get evidence as well.
Well, we've got these journals. Someone kept track of all their notes, spells, rituals and what happened. So we're taking those back with us. That way, any more deserters we can find and kill.
Good. You haven't found any way of figuring out where they've gone?
I don't know what they found in the back yet.
Do you know who's buried in the crypt?
Yeah, it's in the journals. There's carvings on the sides too. I couldn't figure out. It was a mess in there. But yeah, their names are on the journals in there. That's all I know. And he starts to walk away out the door. Another one comes in and sees you. Pretty good, pretty good.
He knows that I'm there, right?
He sees you and he pauses, but he's heard the other guy in this room talking. So he's kind of doing his own, putting two and two together. And he gives a certain kind of a wave to you. Almost like a lightning bolt wave. Sees what you're going to do. You recognize this.
And I would do that to him.
He looks pretty calm. You hear the other two in the room starting to leave. Ooh! I've got another deck. We said we were going to try these out.
Yeah, might as well.
Alright. Need to roll a d4. Roll. A 1. Okay.
Don't can tell me what that is, but alright.
That guy can't speak for 1d4 rounds.
Oh,
He's hit a coughing fit, which means if he has any spells he can't that are vocal, he can't. So
it's only 6 seconds though, isn't it?
yeah, 1d4. I'm gonna do it when we start the initiative, but yeah, so you hear him he starts coughing and coughing and coughing. And the guy's like, fucking dust. And he's like, I gotta go outside. And you feel that pain again. Shoot. On your forehead. Oops, that's a performance, not a perception.
Dance is out.
Oh! Jesus, cultist, come on! We might not have initiative, Drax. We might not have anything. That's right.
They'll walk out and don't notice me at all.
They'll be like, bye. This cultist, he has robes of the same color, the same pin, except his robes are made of finer material, almost like a gossamer inlay, and metal buttons down. That's this fellow. He looks you up and down and says, you look familiar.
Should. We're brothers.
No. I can't place you. Not wearing the robes I see.
I'm on a mission to not be noticed. So I'm trying to blend in with the others.
For a minute I thought you were reporting back from our Phandalin operatives. I mean our Leylon operatives. We have Phandalins. Yeah. It's been a day.
Tell me about it. I was talking to the other guy, and he was saying that you're tracking the same person that I am tracking. Well, the same people, the Damien and the Paladins.
I think the paladin is not who you're going to be looking for anymore. And he points toward his pack and pats it with a book sticking out.
Oh, that sounds good. Do you have any information on the whereabouts of the other one?
We've got 3 different versions of one story, all wrapped up. You can go back to where you need to go. We've got it from here.
I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. I must complete my mission. Can you share this information with me?
No. Something's off. I don't fully trust you. I'm going to put us in initiative. As soon as I remember how to fucking do it. It's been... Alright. You can roll yours. You know where yours is on your sheet? Someone got a nat 1. Jesus, Ima.
Hey, not me.
You are first. So I'm going to begin. Boom. He draws his dagger, and you know that for some reason he's not believing what you're saying. He does recognize you.
Tolkien. Fuck.
Tolvir comes bursting through the door. If I had his token, he would come bursting through the door. Right, Tolvir comes.
Oh, suddenly I'm a Dragon Ball.
Breathing fire.
Well, hopefully he's not breathing fire, because I know Tolkien can't do that. Ima. Jesus. Fuck, that's not going to be the first time, not going to be the last time that happened.
That's okay. That's why we don't care. It's fine.
Ima draws out his sword and says, "We are all on the same side. Tell us, we want you to give me that information. There is no need for this to end in bloodshed."
Ooh.
And he's going to move up to him, basically, so he's face to face with him. And I am not going to attack.
Oh. Are you want to roll a persuasion with that just to see if maybe it makes a difference for your action then, if you're not going to, or do you just want to hold?
Say persuasion or intimidation, but they're both going to give me the same
Yeah.
thing, so it's
Oh, shit! Nat 20 on persuasion. Ooh. I really wanted to fight. All right. So you were asking him to, like, not fight, basically, by saying, we're on the same side.
Give me the information. That's what our god will command.
And he sees that a pain visibly shoots across your face as you grab your shoulder where your tattoo used to be. And he knows that they all have the same tattoos in that spot. You speak for Talos. And is that your turn?
And that is my turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with a 20,
That sticks it.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Damn, Drax.
To be honest, it's not how I wanted it to go either. Yeah.
Well, it's not his turn to tell them to stand down. They don't know any better. They saw a dagger flash, and he's going. He's the new guy anyway, so he don't know. He's an intern. He's going to. Last time we played, he is going to start to drag his dagger out and swing, but as he looks at his leader quickly, he's a bit off because he doesn't see the leader making a move to attack, so he misses. This one is going to hold the leader. I'm not even going to roll against a nat 20. Says if you want these books, you're going to have to take them off me. Talos doesn't give willingly. You know that. We've been trained to do this. And I will gain Faralai's approval, not you. He's going to make a multi-attack with his dagger for a nat 1. Where's that critical fail thing? That's right, because that one guy can't talk. I need to roll a d4. I do believe last time we played, you were the one that was getting all the nat 1s.
Yeah, but they still couldn't hit me.
This is so cool and appropriate. Shocking. If this attack deals lightning damage, you suffer on shock when you touch metal objects. It doesn't. But I thought that was funny. Alright. He's going to roll. And he missed. He's got one more roll. With another. Is that another nat 1? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That is a... Is the anchor a 1? Yes. Pulled muscle. You'll deal half damage on your next 2 attacks. Alright. As he goes, he's like, ow, 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 ow. That's his turn. Sounds like, hey, wait a minute. What's going on? He's going to move in. Sees his friends attacking and quickly goes to you. He's going to pull out his scimitar. Are you?
Oh! Wow. And that's 3.
In a row.
In a row.
In a row. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I gotta cut this.
Shit. 2. And it's funny because on my d4s I rolled 1s as well. So basically it's almost like 5 1s in a row. Alright, that is a 2. He goes to he goes to throw his dagger, right? The projectile instead is flung straight upwards in the air. If he's not going to move, he's going to have to make a dex save to avoid his own dagger coming down upon him and taking damage. So save that card. He's going to have to make a dex saving throw. It is your turn. God, we've got like Larry, Moe, and Curly of cultists here.
He's like, kind of look around him and just like, where in the hell did Faralai find you people? I'm right here. And... Jesus. And he's gonna grab his neck, like, sort of wince in pain, grab his neck and go, you say that they're not worthy of you. So be it, tell them. And then he is going to attack the leader.
Badass. Alright, go. Go for it.
with his sword and nothing else. And just,
I will say this. So you know anything to do with being charmed or frightened, these guys have an advantage on it.
okay, I'm just gonna swing my short sword. Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna attack my short sword at the leader guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. To the
Ooh. Yep.
um,
That's going to hit. All right.
and for my second attack, find where my inventory is again. I'm just gonna short sword him again. For 24 to hit.
That definitely is going to hit. For 4 more. All right.
Yeah, and that will end my turn.
All right. Oops. Gotta go back one. It is...
Well, on that one.
I'm just remembering which card's which because he's the one that can't talk. He quietly fails his dagger again as he is trying to get a hold on it, and listening to what you're saying to him is now his friend next to him's turn. He swings at you. Jesus. 14 does not hit.
Nope.
It is the fanatic's turn. He is going to make a melee spell attack against you. Woo! Jesus! 22 is going to hit, I think, because your AC is 20, yeah?
Yep.
And he reaches out to touch you, and you feel that pulsing where your tattoo used to be, almost feel like it's infecting. And it's flowing through up your arm, and you get this necrotic damage seep through you. And he grins, and he's like, you want it? Come and get it. It's the next one's turn. And it's this the one, which I don't even think is going to hit you, honestly. Okay, yeah, maybe he is. So when I do the crits for the bad guys, I'm just going to go off Foundry for my ease of math. So that is him. And he feels emboldened by what his leader has said. I remembered his daggers in the air. He had thrown something in the air.
Yes.
So technically, he can't really hit you. I don't think. And he got a 1. So he's going to get hit with this damage I have here. Takes the weapons damage. So heal yourself because his scimitar went in the air. Going to backtrack.
Did he roll in that one on dexterity save?
He did. We need to add up all the nat ones I've done today. Jesus Christ, most nat ones I've ever seen. So he's going to take his own fucking damage. Oh my god, wait.
Wait.
He's going to kill himself with his own scimitar.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Starting my turn before I cast Healing Spirit, I am going to face palm looking at him. And then I'm going to cast Healing Spirit upon myself.
Shit.
And take 7 points of healing.
I've got one mute. One that killed himself with his own weapon. And the boss can only do half the damage. So that necrotic. I wonder if that necrotic should have been half.
Oh, so it's the boss that could only do half damage.
Yeah. Because if we didn't have those cards, This fight could go really wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Don't look that way.
whereas before, it's because I never could nail the inflict wounds before. It never would hit. It always missed. Okay.
Yeah, that missed every turn last session.
And now I'm getting all these nat ones, except for the big guy. So, all right. So you did Healing Spirit.
With my bonus action, I use Healing Spirit.
Yep.
Still looking behind me going, what the fuck is that going on? And then he's like, he looks at the boss and goes, okay, you said bring it, I'm bringing it. And he's going to bring out his sword and swing with his sword. With a dirty 20 to hit.
Ooh, yes, that hits. All right.
5 plus 3 from the
8. Yes.
whatever the heck it was. Devastation strikes, whatever the heck
Dreadful
it is.
Strike. Yeah.
Dreadful, thank you. So there's 8 damage on my first one, which I suppose I should be targeting them, so
Yeah.
which is probably not actually taking the damage at all.
I took the damage off him manually, so
Sweet, well, okay. Can't.
only as a player, so. Ooh. 13 is what you need to hit him. So yes. Alright, 4 extra. Alright.
And he's going to hold up his shield like right in his face and go, tell off, motherfucker.
So he hits him and he yells out. Is that it for you? Alright.
And that's what you're over.
This guy clears his throat and can now yell. And as he goes, ah, and he swings at you, but he still isn't strong enough to hit against that shield with a clang. The next one follows suit and raises his as well. But the same shield blocks. This cultist looks at you and says, freeze. And he needs you to make a wisdom saving throw. Now you have a card, so you can add a d6 if you wish to cash in your d6.
Yeah, what the hell?
You need to beat a. The DC is pretty low. You need to beat an 11. Ooh.
Plus a d6.
So you need to get 2 or more on your d6. Nice. As he says, freeze, he points his finger at you and he hopes that it works, but he still sees that you are breathing heavily, angry, and that is all he can do. Is that all he can do for now? Yes, that is all he can do for now. So he is going to pass to you. You can retaliate.
Emma's going to look at it and go, oh, I'm frozen. Oh no, I'm frozen. You're so strong. Obviously. Well, no, that's a lie. You're not strong at all. And then for my thing, I'm going to use my healing spirit, heal, and roll, and then we get that and that.
Yes, your healing spirit. Awesome.
My 9
That's a
points
good
of
one.
healing damage. That was a 9. And then I'm going to go back to my trusty sword. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, damn. All right. 7 plus 2, so 9.
And then I'm going to attack again.
Oh,
And probably miss.
yeah, that one's going to miss on that one. He dodges quickly. Anything else? I think that's it for you.
He's
Done
gonna
all
look
your
him
stuff?
right in the face and say, "You are not worthy of Talos." Smile and laugh.
This one's starting to get a little nervous seeing the leader, and he gives all of his might and swings hard and hits you for 2 against the sword. It kind of knocks a little bit, making a little dent. And that is all for him. This one, he also swings, but he's very close to his leader falling down, and it's a bit nervous. He's going to miss. This fanatic is very angry. He is going to try one more time on inflict wounds. Can he do it? He cannot. Woo! So he's like, Talos is with me. It's your turn.
He makes me feel a lot of him. Just laugh right in his face, you know. With your ability, Talos would never be with you. I mean, he's going to point at the guy next to him. This guy's the only guy that's managed to hit me, and it was barely a scratch. You guys are nothing. You're not worthy to wear those pins. And he's going to swing hard with his sword. Oh wait, so he's also going to take his heal as well. No, actually he's not. He's just going to swing.
He's feeling pretty cocky.
He's feeling cocky.
Does a 12 hit? A 12 hits this one because he has lower AC than his leader. So, yes.
Okay, so it is. Oh.
Yeah, the leader has 1 higher than him. So 7 damage on him.
Oh, sorry, and my D4 as well.
Oh. Yeah?
And he looks at him and goes, "Sorry, I'm only attacking you because you're obviously the strength of the group."
And as you do that and you say that to him, he's like, and he slumps down against your shield, streaking it with blood, and falls.
And he's just, really? Oh, God. Talos is ashamed. I can feel the shame coming through my neck. He's going to go back to the main guy. Just die already. It's not worth my time. And he's going to miss.
He's going to hit him. He's going to miss.
Oh, Scott, I'm overcome with the shame of what you are. Your most strongest attack is the shame. And I'm getting my turn.
I'm dying. All right. He's going to be like, "What do we do, boss?" And he goes to hit, and he's looking at his leader and not at you, and he hits and twang into your shield. The leader's like saying a silent prayer as he... How many does he have at first level? He has 4 he can do. I am torn. I'm torn between a spiritual weapon. He's going to try one more time. He's going to shake his hand and he's going to grab at your arm. He's going to try to reach for your arm. Oh! So I basically need to get a 20. And he's like yelling, "I was sent by Talos, not you." That's it for him. It is your turn.
When I was living at our home in the mountains, and Talos came before us every day, I didn't realize that we were training such weaklings. and he's going to swing with his sword.
All right. Oh, shit.
Then action.
You are kicking my ass. All right. Explain how you take down the leader of this group.
With his shield on his left hand, he's going to grab him by the neck of his shirt and just drive his sword straight in through his heart. Right through him. And then he's just going to look at him dead in the eyes as he lowers him to the ground. Just eye-to-eye contact as he watches the life drain from his eyes.
He's going to whisper, "Talos, why have you forsaken me?"
He's going to whisper back, "Talos isn't listening."
The other cultist is going to try to flee, giving you an opportunity.
Well, I've still got another attack.
There you go. We'll take your attack, because he is very frightened right now, so go for it. Ooh, yeah. Yep. 6.
I'm gonna, as my bonus action, I'm gonna take the rest of my healing off my thing, so I don't have to do it later.
All right.
Healing spirit, roll, do not consume, cast back.
Aww.
5 healing, which is fine because that takes me up to max anyway.
Nice.
And then I'm with him.
All right. Now he's going to flee, and now you can take your opportunity attack. He's going to start to run.
What coward, where do you think you're going?
All right. As he starts to run, how do you kill him? Because you only needed a 3.
As he passes him, his blade swings around and his blade hits him right across the back, cutting him deeply through the back of his robe.
All right. That's the wrong guy. He falls. You are standing surrounded in blood. Blood streaking down your shield. Pain burning in your shoulder. We are going to say you have investigated the bodies and you have gotten that gold off of them, but there is a pouch. There's a pouch with the 3 books.
Take the pouch. I'm going to take their pins, and I'm going to take their robes as well.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to fold their robes up and stick them in my bag.
Okay.
Even the one with cut right across the back of it. From the last guy that tried to run away.
That's
and
true.
You can take their weapons and their scimitars, their daggers, and pretty much anything of any value, like I did last time.
All right. You've got the bag. You've got the books. Campfire is flickering outside. You don't hear anyone else. The books are appealing to you because you know they have mentioned they have all the information that you're looking for. Do you find a place to sit and read them over? Or are you going to go out? What do you want to do?
It's daytime, so I'll go over to this window and sit down below this window so that the light's coming in over my shoulder. And then I'll sit down and read the book.
All right. And they also, on the table, they had lit a bit of a candle. So you have enough light. And we're going to do a little Mystra montage, basically. So as you are reading the books, there's different versions in each. And they all form one single story. And as you read, and as you've prayed to Mystra for guidance, you feel that same pang of memory, but you're not seeing your memories. You're seeing what's happening in these journals, and it takes some time. And towards the end, you close your eyes, and that flash hits like lightning from Talos himself almost. You see your brother visiting the tower with the fields of the giraffes. He talks to the wizard and comes out and watches you. And you never realize that that was your brother coming to visit you from time to time until you see this vision. You see another period of time pass. The wizard casts something, and you are transformed into your human form. Your family that you have made over the years looks at you confused and flees in fear, almost shunning you. You run away and hide because you don't understand what's just happened. The wizard's casting a ritual as he's slowly trying to make others transform back. You see a few of them, and you see the ritual stop as the paladin rushes in and says they're coming to kill them. We need to hurry. You see your brother start to run. And now another vision hits as the wizard's casting up bones as an illusion to hide the remaining people. And fighting's going on. The paladin, your brother, is there. He's saying, we have to get word to our spy in Phandalin. Tell her to help free them. You see these little giraffes being put into cages as these cultists are trying to grab everything they can. It's a full-out war of blood on the fields on this day in this vision. As you see what you now know as Geary struggling with his long legs, getting put into this cage as he's watching people dying in front of him. You have Mystra flash before you in another vision, one of your own and not of the journals, as she touches her hand to the tent. And now you know that not only did she help finish transforming Gary, but transforming all the remaining captives and fugitives and deserters of Talos back to their original forms. And your final vision is a flash of Damien. He's taking his remaining funds and having a mausoleum built for his two fallen friends. As he sits over their sarcophagi, he kneels down and says, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry I had to leave you in the fields and not find your bones to rest you here. I'm sorry I failed you. Tell our mother and father we'll meet again soon. And you see him take up his pack and walk out of the mausoleum, leaving it behind as he slips a book in one of the sarcophagus. And your vision fades. And you are sitting over these books.
Are either of the books that I saw get put into the sarcophagus the one that I'm holding?
The navy blue leathers, straps across it, tattered pages with Damien on the front is your brother's.
This is the one I'm holding. Alrighty. Well, I'd probably sit for maybe half an hour to an hour and just contemplate that.
You now know that the paladin and the wizard are the ones in that mausoleum. When you thought the wizard had died and lifted the curse, some of that's true. But you now realize that your brother was trying to have you freed and hidden somewhere else. And you now realize that possibly your family is somewhere out there.
Alrighty. After thinking about this for a little while, I was going to gather up the 4 bodies and just dump them outside the house. Just flat dump them in, just doesn't have a dig, just want them out of the house. He's going to go across to the mausoleum.
Yes.
Not through the tree, apparently. Said that covers look like they're half off.
You can now make either your investigation or perception, whichever you feel you're better at, with advantage to see if you see the names or any carvings.
I just can't miss the names. Oops.
With advantage.
I meant to.
Ooh, that's a good one. You see the name, Myrath Arthas. And he has 3 ivy leaves on his sarcophagus. And Belstar Azar is on the other with the symbol of Tyr, which is the scales of justice.
You said that the lids are like half off, didn't you?
Yeah, so as in the map, you see how they're kind of tilted, like someone slipped them open to get in there, look a light in, and maybe get those books out.
He's going to try and close them. I don't know if there'd be what strength sort of close it.
You can do a strength or a dex if you're using something to kind of pry them back to the, So you could use either. I feel like you're dexy.
I use one of the cultist scimitars or something.
Yeah, as a lever. Oh! You do manage to get it, but the sword snaps. That could be why that was so bad. It's pretty flimsy. Budget scimitars.
He's just going to close them up and he's going to go outside and get some flowers or something and just put some flowers on the things.
Alright. You find out.
Show that they're cared for.
You wipe the cobwebs off. Put flowers on top of the sarcophagus.
He's gonna after he's done, he's gonna spend 10 minutes in there, just making the place look pretty. After that, he's gonna go find that campfire, which I believe is up the top there.
Yep.
And extinguish it and cover it in dirt and stuff. Put out any candles and stuff that are in the house. Basically, so the forest doesn't burn down.
You, on one of the bodies, the leader in the pack he had is also orders from Faralai Stormsworn. So you have a name. To find any remaining deserters to make an example of. From Phandalin and Leylon. We could take...
Go into the house where the candle is. just write a small note, like just a small note, and stick it under the candlestick. Just put 2 words, Dragon lives.
All right.
So effectively, if his brother found it, his brother would know what it means. But if anyone else finds it, I mean, the cultist's going to know who he is, but he's not going to say where he is or anything like that. So that's all he's going to do.
All right.
He's going to put Draven lives, and on the other side, he's going to put Damien's dead.
Ooh, nice.
So effectively, if someone else finds it, they go, oh,
but no location, just that he lives. Okay.
no.
Noted. Let me make a note so I don't forget. So you look back through this journal that's green, which was the paladin.
Yep.
You need to beat a 10. Oh, okay. I saw 9. I was like, what? All right. So, you're looking back through for any clues, family members that you could tell, anyone. And all you see is a little joke that Bellstar wrote that Damien always said he was a crazy tabaxi. Reckless. Right as they were fighting. Let's say before they were fighting. Because he's not going to be fighting and riding.
So Damien was crazy and Tabaxi or Bellstar was a crazy.
Damien always said that Bellstar was a crazy tabaxi. Reckless. But the way it's worded, it sounds like they would joke with each other like this.
Before leaving, he'd go through the house and close all the doors.
So you go through.
Close.
All right. Closing the doors. And as you leave, the note under the candle. Let's make a active perception. Try to beat 13. I think you beat it. Yeah. You see and hear a charging through the woods. This sounds like something far more dangerous than cultists. And you see a flash of a bear running as if on a mission. It looks like a bear, but it doesn't look like a bear. It's like something in a bear form just crashing through the brush, headed in a definite line, and then it's gone.
So it's going past, or is it going through?
You can see it far enough away that it's not focusing on you. It's not in map's length, and it is set on something in a rage. And you have missed being the target of its rage.
Yeah, it's a bear. It's in a rush. Oh, wasn't coming this way. It's different.
It is now probably noon when you arrived, because it did take 2 hours, 9, 10, 11. Noon. You could get back to Phandalin by 2 or 3, depending on the pace of your horse. Your horse is out there.
Yeah. Was the bear heading towards either the horse or towards Phandalin or away from Phandalin?
1 is north, 2 is east, 3 is south, and 4 is west. We'll say the horse is south. So we don't want a 3. No. It's not heading towards the horse. It's heading west.
Sweet. Is that towards Fandolin or?
So you're kind of around Coneyberry. Fandolin's here and Coneyberry's up here. It's kind of heading down that road, but it doesn't look like it's heading straight along the road, so no.
Alrighty. Sweet. It's not going the way I'm going then. Alright. I'll go back to my horse and.
Alright, you make your way back to the horse.
Yep.
You are heading back towards Fandolin, I am assuming. And fix the map on the thing. As you reach Fandolin, the town is even more bustling. Morning has passed. It's now afternoon. And you hear the Stonelin. It's a nice enough day. They have their windows open. You hear the music from the inn coming out. Is there anywhere you want to go?
I want to go and I want to sell my weapons and I want to go to Barthen's as well.
So you go into Barthen's and the bell rings on the door and Elmar Barthen is there and saying, I really wished I remembered what her name was. I miss her. And he's like, oh, hello. Then I hope you look familiar. And you see the giant oil paintings of the members of your team behind him. And you are there in a Renaissance pose, leaning on your bow. And the painting.
So, I've never been here before. My first time.
You are in chainmail now, covered in blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So you don't look the same as the picture, so.
Sorry, I saw a bear out there, sorry.
Did you kill it? You look like you killed it.
Well, someone died.
Yeah.
Bear got away.
Oh, you look like you've been in a pretty rough hunting expedition, I'm assuming. Judging from your bow. You need any provisions? And we do know you already got provisions.
Yep.
So you look at the lamps, and one catches your eye. You'd put that on the counter, along with some arrows, things of that nature.
Yep.
You purchase those items.
Wait, let's get past that. Sweet, that's one.
It would have taken us longer, but we've already done it, so we don't have to do that now. As
thank you, sir.
you remember a woman that used to be here in the store.
You mean Sue?
Sue! That's the name. Huh.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, she used to be here all the time. I think I'm losing my, I couldn't... Huh. Well, here you go.
Losing your marbles, because I'm pretty sure marbles is one of the things I bought, so...
Yeah.
Maybe I should leave the marbles here with you.
That's a good point. No, I'm sure your little one or whoever is going to love... unless you're using them to pass the time yourself. You know. The marbles are good fun. And the coloring paints. Alright, so you got your oil lamps, you got your lamp, your oil, your paints, your marbles, block and tackle. So he recommends you go to the Lion's Shell Cluster, which you go to afterward and get your quivers, and you sell some of the cultist goods. Some of them are damaged, but she still takes them because she can break them down and make them fresh and anew. You spot Tio out of the corner of your eye walking by through town. You also see Velfie, and he looks like he's on the edge of the hedge lines, and he is spotting something and walking towards the trees there, as if he's preoccupied. The rest of the day is yours, and I don't think we did anything else before. I need you to make a perception roll.
Okay.
You see Gary heading towards the wagons. Now, I know it says you're right here, but you would be right here, Barth. No, you'd be over here by Lion Shield, because that's where you left. You see him start to head towards a wagon and load up, and then you see Marigold quickly, like, gathering her things, her feet going quickly as if she's on a purpose, and loading up the wagon. She sees you, shakes her head, and gets in the wagon. And then she thinks, and she gets down as she starts marching towards you.
He walked towards her.
And she says, "Come here. Come here."
Come right up to her.
Yeah, and you lean down and she slaps you full on in the face. She's like, How could you, Ima? You brought me here to Phandalin, and then did you just purposely leave me at the end so that I'd find out that way? Like, I can't. And she shoves the paper in your hand, and it's crumpled.
You take it and be like, what's the matter? What's going on?
This is what's going on, Ima. This is what's going on. Harbin told me the whole thing. You have, like, a family in Leylon and a family here. Nights of passion in the stables. I read the note for a lovely evening, but it's not meant to be. But then he says that it was meant to be, that's why you took the cleric position, because you saw God that day or I don't even want to hear it. There's a horse involved. I heard about you being a giraffe, but I'm taking Gary, and we're going home.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Harbin explained details.
Forget Harbin. I don't know what you mean.
You had a night or 2 or 7 with Harbin?
This is news to me.
At the stables? You woke up together?
And he's sitting there racking his brain, trying to...
So what you say... What you say next can either be any of the persuasion, deception, intimidations, whatever you want to say next. We're going to make the dice decide.
I'm going to roll history first.
Your history is shit. I mean, it's good. You are remembering Batorius looking at you judgingly and just... And you remember putting Harbin Wester in the trough. And you remember Zenora asking if you had a lovely time together and that she doesn't judge.
So what was the other thing you wanted me to roll?
What do you want to do next? Do you want to say anything as she is saying, getting in the cart? Walking back to the cart, because she didn't let Gary hear.
You'd chase after him and be like, The only night that I think you're talking about, I was very intoxicated and I don't remember a lot about it. I don't remember passion, and I was going to say I don't remember the experience being as good as meeting the gods, but in general, I did meet the gods one of those days.
Oh, you met the gods one of those days, but not... Okay.
It wasn't my experience with Harbin that caused that to happen.
Persuasion, I guess that would be. Ooh. Oh, okay. Ima, you use your forgetting and your memories as an excuse for everything. And it's gonna just... I imagine the way he described... You know what? Talk to Harbin. All right? I am going to go home. I'm going to take care of Gary. And we can talk when you're back.
He's gonna basically not grab her in a hostile way, just sort of position her so that she's facing him and say, I don't care about Harbin. I care about you. And only you. If he did stuff with me when I was drunk, then I don't have a clue. And I know that seems to be the common line, but I don't remember.
Why'd you write a note?
I never wrote a note. Did he say that this note was from me?
He said that you left it for him because he didn't spend the night with anyone else.
All I remember is waking up with a smelly man next to me and picking him up and dropping him in a cattle trough. And that's all I remember.
I'm gonna go home. I think the ride will do me some good. I mean, we did rush into this a lot, and there's no sense in fighting in front of Gary. He seems to be a bit off being here, so. And you can see Gary is looking toward where the cages once were, by the shrine. And he's just kind of daydreaming. Doesn't have an expression.
He's gonna look at him and he's gonna look back at Marigold and say, if there was something else here for me, other than my brother that I was looking for, then I wouldn't have brought you guys with me. But I wanted you guys with me because I want you with me. Both of you. No one else needs to be worried about it. Just us. And I thought that you trusted me as much as I trust you. And okay, sorry, that's okay, never mind.
No, go ahead.
If I know we rushed into this, but I don't regret that for a moment. And if you trust me enough to believe what I was about a giraffe, then trust me to believe that there is nothing else, no one else.
She casts something. You hear her talking. And make a charisma save. Or you can click on that button. Either way. Ooh. She starts to cast something on you, but you're like, no, I need to get this through to you, kind of mentality. And you're still full on all your emotions. It did not work. But you see her. I have to make one for her, actually. She's gonna... I've got to get rid of this aura, though. She's also going to do it on herself to calm down. But she can't calm down. She's just very confused. Maybe talk to Harbin and tell him then to stop spreading that around the town. That would be a good idea.
I will make him clear to him that there is nothing between us, and there never was. There's only a couple of people that I truly love. My partner, who is dead, Gary's grandmother, my daughter, who is also dead, or I believe is dead, who is Gary's mother, Gary, and you. No one else.
Take care of yourself, Ima. And she's going to cast, as she touches you on your shoulder, she's going to give you Cat's Grace, which means for the next amount of time that I'm about to say, you do not take any damage from falling for the next hour. You don't take any damage from falling, and you have advantage on dex checks, which she knows is your specialty. And she says, stay safe.
And she swings high and smacks me upside.
She thinks about tripping you with her. She kind of just shakes her head, and she looks very sad. She goes back to Gary, and she's like, come on, Gary, let's go. And he's like, Ima! Because he just noticed you were there. He's kind of breaking out of his daydream.
He's going to walk across. Hey, Gary. Look, red paint.
No, oh. That looks like blood. Oh.
Don't worry, it's just paint.
Oh.
I was trying to paint a house.
I don't think I have red at home. I think I ran out.
Reach into his backpack and go, here you go, take this. It's a whole tray of paint.
Oh!
Read it there.
That's so cool. Thank you. And he gives you a hug. He leans over to give you a big hug. Wraps his arms around your neck. And he shows Mary, and she smiles. And it's like, we need to get going, Gary. Come on. And she clicks at the horses, and the wagon starts to go. You have the inn before you. And as you stand there watching the wagon go, you hear behind you, Ima! Oh, so good to see you! And Harbin Wester has his arms outstretched to give you a hug. And that is where we're going to call it. So I feel like you're going to be like, you!
He reaches in and draws his... Yeah, you and your endings.
I know.
Well played, though.
Do you want to do something like that? I mean, like, he reaches out his arms and says, Ima!
If Gary was still in view, he wouldn't. If Marigold was looking in the direction, which I'm pretty certain she wouldn't be, she'd be turned far away from him right
Yeah,
now.
they're both. Let's say they're going in this direction because that's out. So we'll say he'd be here, starting to come towards you.
He would wave to Gary as he's passing away, and then he would move just slightly as they're sort of going up the path there, so that Gary would just sort of see him waving as he goes, just so that he knows Gary can't see what's possibly going to happen here.
They round the corner. Oh, there's Barthen going with them. All right. And Harbin's like, I've missed you.
He's gonna reach in and pull this piece of paper out, stick it right in his face and say, "Did you write this?"
And that is where we'll call it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's still good. It's still a good ending.
Next episode, we get thrown out of Vandalin.
We can't go back there.
Jail.
We can't go back there. It's on fire. We need a new mayor there. He suspiciously died drowned in a trough.